What's up, my damn? What is up, my fellow versions of boy? Like say so can never take a motherfucking loss. Today we'll react to Conor McGregor's Meatgate scandal has melted the internet. Let's keep it a beam. I ain't see it. I know some of y'all probably seen it, but McGregor, if whoever don't know what's going on, shut the fuck up. Whoever don't know what's going on, McGregor, like, you know, showed his meat pretty much, gang. And allegedly, or, you know, who knows, because I ain't see it, but he took a pic with a, I seen Ilya Tapora post, shit, I don't know, I'm gonna put it on the screen, but yeah, this is pretty, you know, it's pretty Diddy. But, we gonna react to this video, and anything that I hear is Diddy, you know, pause. This whole video is just a pause, bro, because this whole video, if he keep talking about his meat, I'm just, you know, I'm not.
So Irish presidential candidate Conor McGregor has been completely...
You see what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying?
Alright, so Irish presidential candidate Conor McGregor has been completely eviscerated by the internet today after he was exposed by singer Azealia Banks for sending her completely unsolicited pictures of his meat. And let me tell you, when I first started this channel last year, I knew that I was going to cover some pretty wild stories because the world of MMA is a wild place, but I would have never guessed in a million years that I'd be talking about Conor's ding-dong of a ting being released to the world on his literal birthday, by the way. Guys, when I tell you that this is up there for one...
Bro got exposed on his birthday. That's diabolical, bro. Him cheating and then him get...
the most low IQ things that a modern era MMA fighter has ever done, then believe me when I say that I'm not exaggerating. Of course, it's not plain evil like on some War Machine and Joe Son type of stuff, but the sheer level of recklessness on display here from Conor is just hilarious, especially seeing as he did this with Azealia Banks of all people, and I'll touch on that in just a moment. So basically, this is how my morning started. I wake up, feed my dog, and then go on my phone to check out what's going on in the UFC space, and the very first thing that I see is this tweet from Banks where she tags Conor directly and uses some very colorful language that I'm not going to repeat in this video, but the essence of her message is calling him out for sending her revealing photos of himself completely unsolicited. She then made a follow-up tweet almost immediately after where she revealed the actual photos and they were not censored. I saw Conor in his full glory and it's something that I cannot unsee. Now you might be asking, doesn't Conor have a fiance where they've been together for a very long time? You might also be asking, didn't his fiance Dee Devlin literally support him financially when he was completely directionless in life and playing video games all day every day? You could as well be asking, doesn't Conor have like 4 kids who are inevitably going to see documented evidence of their father being an absolute deviant? The answer to all of these questions is yes. Now, I do not actually encourage you guys to seek out the uncensored photos because honestly, they're more traumatizing than anything else, but there's one thing in particular that I wanted to say about them. In the second photo that he sent, he is hanging a free weight off of his meat that's connected to his body by a piece of string. Obviously, this isn't something that
that's there you go right there.
Nor do I even want to, but it is just so bizarre that he thought that this would be a good idea. This dude's been training his bendy croissant looking ass dong harder than he ever trained for the Michael Chandler fight. Bro, you have a family and you're out here sending pictures of your Conor Jr. to other celebrities. That's one of the crazier parts of this story to me. It's not like he just sent this to one of his female fans that he regularly cheats on his fiance with, or even an OF girl that he regularly cheats on his fiance with. Like, Azealia Banks might not be a household name necessarily, but I know of her. I've known of her for years now. She has songs on Spotify that have hundreds of millions of views. She is definitely an established artist. And not only is she a legitimate celebrity, she's also kind of a loose cannon. I'm not going to get into the details about some of the controversy she's gotten into, but let's just say that she's very vocal about her stances on political issues, and she's never been shy about saying whatever's on her mind. I hope that I've established the lore of Azealia Banks well enough, because I need you guys to know a little bit about her before I start talking about how utterly reckless it was for Conor to send these pictures to her of all people. Azealia Banks was the worst celebrity in the world to send these photos to because she's very easy to offend and she's very impulsive. He even knew that there was an element of risk in sending these to her. He literally wrote, "Don't be a rat because all rats get caught." Like, he clearly didn't have 100% confidence in sending these. And then she made another follow-up tweet where she says that she and Conor have been exchanging unsolicited photos like this to each other since 2016, and I'm not sure how some people don't realize that she's being sarcastic here, but I guess that's the internet for you. Do you want to know what I think happened? I feel like this was the trail of bad decisions made that led Conor to doing this. As we know, on Thursday, Conor did that BKFC press conference where he was very clearly geeked out on the Devil's Dandruff, and I think he might have seen the generally positive response that he got from fans regarding his passion as a promoter. He keeps the party going throughout the weekend where he's then spotted kissing on a random woman at a beach. No, I am not kidding. There's photos of this as well, and he's doing it completely out in the open. And then, because his dopamine levels were so elevated through a mixture of the booger sugar and internet clout, I think the guy was feeling himself as the weekend came to a close and just sent off this picture without thinking much about it. I am 1000% sure that this photo was brought to us in part by Coke, and I'm honestly really wondering what's going on in Conor's head now that so many people around the world have seen this picture. Also, you want to know who else I'm wondering what their thoughts are on all of this? Dee Devlin. Like, a big part of me wants to sympathize with her, but at the same time, I can't help but think she has to know by now that Conor gets up to this stuff on a pretty regular basis, and she just accepts accepts it, maybe. Because this is not the first or second or third time that there's been signs of Conor being unfaithful in their relationship. I have been hearing rumors about this guy cheating on her since he became featherweight champion. And given how much this guy parties and how often he's just like away from his family hanging out with random groupies, I'd be genuinely shocked if she genuinely thinks that he's not doing this stuff on the regular. Could she seriously just be in this much denial, or does she just put up with all of this to maintain her current lifestyle? I want to believe it's the latter, but I find it a bit depressing that I don't feel confident one way or the other. I have seen people speculate that they're in some sort of private but open relationship where Conor's allowed to get into whatever and I guess whoever he wants, but I highly doubt that this is the case, seeing as during Conor's recent trial, Dee made a statement where she says that she and Conor already had to work through his past infidelity, so I highly doubt she's fine with him putting his Irish potato into other women. But you know what, man? Maybe there's an element of her just still being in love with the man that he used to be, and she refuses to believe that he's changed as much as he had after all the money and the fame. Or maybe she really is just hanging around to continue living the high life, all the while knowing that her fiance is being a menace both online and in real life. As a matter of fact, I just checked her Instagram and she has been posting photos of them together even after the beach photos, as well as the Azalea Banks leak, so clearly she's standing by him, which, hey, it's your life. If she's fine with turning the other cheek for like the 20th time that he's tried to pursue other women, then that's her prerogative. At the end of the day,
bro, it's either that or all that shit fake. Cause I'm gonna keep it a beam. It's my opinion. I don't want everybody to get mad and try to cancel me because I'm trying to say the truth on my opinion. I don't want. I mean, it's a free country, First Amendment. But personally, Conor did some fucked up shit. I'm gonna just say that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just say he did some fucked up shit. But she's still with him. You know what I mean? It could be for the money or you mean whatever. But she's still with him. So it got to be something that's going behind closed doors where he's still, you know, that good man, or they do fucking drugs together. Who knows? But I don't know. If she's still with him, who knows, gang?
So if she splits up with Conor, I don't think she'll be entitled to any of his fortune except maybe in the form of child support. And although I kinda hate the think of the children type of people, but in this case, actually though, think of the children. Conor's kids are getting older every single day, and at one point in the not too distant future, they're each going to have to come to the realization that their dad was being a weirdo dirtbag. The fact that his kids are all in one way or another inevitably going to see this dude hanging a weight off of his dong is actually pretty messed up, but the guy only has himself to blame. This guy is 37 years old and doing this sort of degenerate stuff, and if he's not already a lost cause, then he's pretty damn close to being there. You can tell that he's embarrassed by all of this too, because he's been blocking people on Twitter who've been making fun of him, and good, I'm glad he's feeling a bit of shame over this, because shame is a very useful tool to help people learn to not act like an idiot in the future. But knowing Conor, he's going to bury the shame and guilt from all of this under a mountain of blow. Anyways, that's the second video for today.
Bro should have just said it was AI. Like, he could have just commented on his Twitter and said AI bullshit, Mike. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to just save his ass a little bit, but you know, Conor McGregor, you know, he's rich, so.